Alan Prost, Juan Manuel Fangio, Michael Schumacher, and now you can add Sebastian Vettel's name to a very, very exclusive list. Hey guys, Harrison William back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to episode 2 of the Online Racer Formula 1 2013 online gameplay, as well as numerous Formula 1 topics I'd like to discuss. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of have to talk about this one, haven't I? You know, being the internet Vettel fan and whatnot, I can't not comment on this, can I? But yeah, congratulations to Sebastian Vettel. For those who haven't seen the Indian Grand Prix, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know what happened and haven't seen the race yet, feel free to stop watching right about now. He won the Indian Grand Prix. I believe it's his 6th consecutive win. Might be 6 or 7, I'm not sure on that. Again, I know somebody in the comments will point that out. Don't care. But yeah, Sebastian Vettel won the Indian Grand Prix in dominant fashion, I think by about 26 seconds ahead of Nico Rosberg and Romain Grosjean, who had a very, very exceptional drive to get from 17th up to 3rd. Definitely the driver of the day for me was Romain Grosjean. Brilliant job to get the car to 3rd from 17th after a awful qualifying session and a big tyre mess up there. So, and with that, Vettel becomes only the 4th driver in the history of the sport to be a 4-time champion, and only the 3rd driver ever to win 4 consecutive championships. It's a remarkable achievement, and you know what? I've said it on Twitter before. I'll say it here. I think this is the best Sebastian Vettel has ever been in a car. I mean, yeah, I know it's the easy thing to do to play the he has the best car debate, and you know this season no one's denying that car is blatantly 3 or 4 tenths a lap faster than just about anything else in the car. And when you combine that with Vettel, who is driving as well as anybody in the sport right now when it comes to pure driver ability, you've got an unbeatable combination there. You know, you have a car designed by the best design team in Formula 1, led by Adrian Newey, who we know is a genius when it comes to design, and as a technical director, I think this is his 11th championship winning car he's designed. Obviously, Red Bull sealed the constructors as well with this win as well. So, as mentioned before, just a perfect day, the quadruple double for Red Bull, with Vettel winning the Drivers' Championship and Red Bull winning the Constructors. You know, it's one of those things where when you have such an amazing team of guys, you know, a lot of money to spend, and you have arguably the best driver in the field. I mean, I know a lot of people will say Alonso, some will say Hamilton, some might even say Raikkonen, but bottom line is he's a top-level driver, and no one's denying that now, surely. I mean, people who still say it's all the car need to wake up and smell the coffee, because every champion that's ever driven in Formula 1 has probably had the best car at some point or another. It's just an element of the sport where, you know, you need to have the best car to win. That's kind of a given. It's just common sense. And I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world to see him win all the time. And I understand, like, many casual fans' frustration, or fans of other drivers and teams and whatnot. I mean, I get shit from Hamilton fans every race. I get shit from Alonso fans every race, telling me that, you know, Alonso's a better driver because he's done it in more cars, or Raikkonen's a better driver, or Hamilton's got more raw speed, or whatever. We can debate this till the cows come home. Bottom line is, Vettel's a champ, and how, yeah, whatever me or you think of his car, what he's done is a remarkable achievement, and it's up there with some of the all-time great achievements in Formula 1 history. To win 4 championships in a row, you know, to dominate in this season, he has to take what was already a decent car and take it to its full potential, you know, is remarkable. And the scariest thing is he's still only 26 years old. There's no reason why he can't keep doing this for another decade if he wanted to. And I know that's probably going to make some casual drivers or casual fans of the sport throw up in a bucket, but bottom line is, Formula 1 is a sport of dominance. It's a sport where drivers can and have and will dominate if they have the combination of driver and car right. Schumacher did it. You know, Fangio did it, even though he jumped teams more often. You know, Senna and Prost were at top of the sport for a good number of years. And, you know, if you take Prost's rivalry with Senna out of the equation, he wasn't the most exciting guy in the world either to watch. So it's just an element of the sport, and it's an element of sport in general. Some sports are going to have dominant champions. A Manchester United, maybe not so much recently, but like a New England Patriot kind of dynasty, a Miami Heat. It's one of those things where sometimes in sport these things can happen. I'm not going to defend the guy by saying Vettel's such an exciting guy. When you've got the luxury of being an elite qualifier, these things happen. And, he doesn't have to, do what Alonso does, where he has to, drive up from maybe 5th or 6th or 7th on the grid because Ferrari's qualifying pace isn't there. Having the luxury of being really good around one lap of a track tends to help as well. But, like I said, this is his 4th straight championship. It's his 35th race win, his 43rd pole. The scary thing is as well that he's only 6 race wins behind Ayrton Senna now. I think Senna had 41 in his career, and he's next on the all-time wins list. Then you have Alain Prost at 51. You've got to start to wonder, like, legacy-wise, if Vettel retired tomorrow, would he be a top 5 driver of all time? I know it's one of those things that are really hard to debate because it's hard to compare drivers from different eras, and it's even harder now to rate driver ability because of the constantly changing landscape of the car. I know one of those guys was like Eddie Irvine, who said, to win you must either have a newie car or you must be really lucky or something along those lines. But you have to accept the cold hard facts for what they are, and it's one of those things where, like, where do you put him in the grand scheme of things? Me personally, I'm going to sound biased saying this because I am a Vettel fan and I have no problem admitting that. But he's got to be in the top 6 or 7 now, surely, with 4 championships, 4 straight championships, and 35 wins. He's right up there, and that legacy is only going to continue to grow with him and that Red Bull team. And don't get me wrong, I've heard every anti-Vettel discussion in the book because I get it thrown in my face more often than not because I support a guy that I know is in the minority. But I think it's about time we give this kid a fair shake and just accept what he's done. It's very reminiscent of a guy like Schumacher, where he made an average team better. Red Bull before Vettel was around was an average team. Vettel's came along, and in combination with working with guys like Adrian Newey, has made the team what it is today. Like I said, Newey's been with the Red Bull team since 2006. Success didn't get there immediately with Red Bull, and Vettel's a big part of that, as is Adrian Newey. I'm not taking anything away from him as well, because he is he's an amazing technical officer, and he does such a brilliant job. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this one. Where does Vettel rank in terms of a legacy, his career so far? Is he up there with Senna and Prost? Because honestly, I think there's an argument that he could be as good as Senna, if not better. I know some of the older fans are going to absolutely shoot me down with a lightning bolt in flames because I know that Ayrton Senna is treated like a god when it comes to Formula 1 fans on the internet, as is Michael Schumacher, because of his legacy and how a lot of younger fans like me grew up watching him. But he's now in the same breath, surely. Like, what more has he got to do with another team? That old chestnut, because that one I don't think really holds much weight either, considering, one, the performance of cars keep changing in Formula 1 every year. Who had Mercedes being the second best team in Formula 1 this year? Anyone? No? Probably not a lot of people. And, like I said, like Renault, for example, in 05 and 06 was the best car in the field. In 07, after Alonso left, went downhill a little bit. So these things can change here and there from year to year. When Alonso went back afterwards in 2009, the Renault just wasn't the same car. It wasn't as good. Staff moves around, people move around, drivers move around. It's constantly changing landscape. So to win 4 straight championships in probably the most loaded field in Formula 1 history as well, because look at the drivers that are around. It as well, I think, is a remarkable achievement. And as a Vettel fan personally, I'm so happy for him. The celebration he had at the end where he was firing out the donuts and throwing his gloves into the crowd, that was a brilliant celebration, and I think everybody embraced and loved that one. I think it was a moment of true class, You know, he's acted like it was his first title, let alone his fourth, and I think that was really touching and, you know, true class shown for everybody who had to hail this kid. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this one. It's a very interesting point. Let the debates fly in the comments. I know it's going to happen anyway, so I'd love to hear what you guys have to say as always. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and career mode will be back very, very soon, probably Tuesday. MotoGP coming tomorrow. So until then, I've been Harrison. I want to thank you very much for watching, and sayonara.
Fantastic race.